Welcome to a new market update, and today we're not discussing Bitcoin, but we'll be discussing one of the strongest altcoins of 2021, which is Cardano. Is it going to continue the bull cycle or is it done? What are the levels to watch? That's what we're going to discuss today. But before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath and also like this YouTube update if you enjoyed the content. So if we look at the chart of Cardano, we can see that Cardano is still holding a very important support level. It's been dipping into this support many times, through which you could conclude that the more often a level gets tested, the weaker it becomes. But in this case, it's still sustaining there, and also you know that if Bitcoin is going to sustain support, through which it's also testing a very critical one between 28 to 30k for like 6 times already, you can conclude that the same will be happening to the support of Cardano. However, you also know that if Bitcoin is going to bottom out, altcoins will most likely start outperforming Bitcoin, given the confirmation or the confidence that people get by Bitcoin being bottomed out, through which altcoins are getting traded way more often. That's why you probably see some smaller altcoins doing well right now, some random pumps. That is because Bitcoin is slightly bottomed out, so then people start to jump towards altcoins again to make more Bitcoin out of it. In the case of Cardano, we can see that we also have a nice bullish engulfing candle here on the daily, just like Bitcoin has, and we are still sustaining support at this point. However, trend is still down. I mean, we've got a new lower high here, but we also got a new lower high at 148. So that is the one that we have to crack in order to get any bullish momentum or any confirmation at this point. Right now we can see that support is holding on the higher time frames. So what you want to look at is that you get a new higher low, and when you get such a new higher low, we can continue moving to the upside on Cardano against USDT. So when we look at the structure here for Cardano itself on the 4 hour, we can see that we've flipped a nice level for support. So we flipped the 115 level for support here, which can grant ourselves continuation up to the upside. Based on the 4 hour time frame, if $1.15 is lost, you're going to look for the lows again, but overall you can conclude that there is some weakness. So $1.15 is a level that I'm looking at right now, and once that holds, I think we can continue moving towards $1.45. But overall, you'll probably be looking at the Bitcoin pair of Cardano at this stage. And Cardano against Bitcoin shows that we are still doing pretty fine, as we're currently dipping into support and holding there again, but we've got lower highs and we could be getting towards a lower low, because in trading jargon or in trading vocabulary, you would say that this is a descending triangle. You could also conclude that given those wicks, the liquidity is most likely beneath those, through which a dip towards the support level around 3000 sats would not be strange to be happening to Cardano. If we look at this chart at this stage, we can see that we are making those lower highs, and we've got critical levels that we have to break in order to become bullish again. First of all, Cardano has to hold this support level, which it is currently doing, but we've lost the previous support around 3800 sats. If 3800 sats flips for support again, we can start targeting 42 and we can start targeting 46. But right now we can see that the trend is south, through which we need more confirmation in order to confirm that we're bottomed out. We can see that in the previous period we also had such a sideways period. So if we hold 35, that is fine, but as you can see, we flipped a level for support here on the higher time frames or on an upper level before we continue to trend. So 35 has to sustain, and then 38 has to flip for support, and then we can start targeting higher levels. If that doesn't happen and 38 becomes resistance, I think we could be looking at 3000 sats for Cardano as a breakdown of this descending triangle to trigger all those wicks before we start reversing again. In that case, we could be seeing a phase where Bitcoin runs quite fast towards 40k or 36k, through which the USDT pair is going to do fine on Cardano, but the Bitcoin pair loses some momentum, and then once Bitcoin is finished its run, you could see that altcoins are following suit, through which Cardano can continue running towards 150. If you look at Ethereum, we can see that we've also dipped into support previously and we are bouncing back up. You could also see that we are still making lower highs. So the trend is still down here, but we are sustaining support and we granted ourselves a slight higher low. So in order to become bullish on Ethereum at this stage, you want to see Ethereum break this high at 0.68. Until then, we can confirm that we are just in a range bound structure and no new impulse wave is going to happen. If Ethereum is going to reverse around 0.645 or 0.65, there is a chance and likely chance that another descending triangle is going to happen here, through which a retest is going to be happening around 0.45. Same structure as Cardano, lower highs, lower lows, descending triangle potential, unless we crack the high here around 0.68 and then a new impulse wave can start. Ethereum against USDT, final structure as well, similar, right now into resistance. Would be great to grant ourselves a new higher low, to flip a resistance zone around $1,900 for support at this stage. If that happens, we can start targeting the range high and most likely are going to see further strength of the altcoins. I hope you have enjoyed this update. I'll see you again tomorrow and hope you have a wonderful weekend. Ciao!